Alright, what's up guys? I do a little video on Imola. I haven't even been out on the track, so this is should be me just exploring the track and maybe getting a little setup going for the track. Got my Phillip Island set, it's afternoon, weather's default, so never driven this track on any game at all that I'm aware of. So learning everything right now. I'm just gonna take the slowly build up to speed approach. So far, it seems pretty interesting, just with these little elevation changes, and it's definitely not a flat track. So it's got a lot of little technical corners. A lot of like blind over the crest type situations going into corners, which could always make things interesting if there's an accident in front of you. Alright, first lap ever, Imola. So right now it's just all about learning the track. I'm not even really thinking about setup yet. Just figuring out what curbs I can go on, where I need to brake, where the apexes are, what gear I need to be in for the corner. Brake at 100 here. Can definitely brake a little bit deeper in that. Third gear. Braking at about 80 there, maybe brake a little bit deeper. Braking at about 60 there, probably should have broke a little bit sooner, so I'll brake at like 70 next time. Got lost there. Like some little piece of road right there, like a access path, and that's what I used to for my braking marker there. There, I broke it about like 65-ish. I didn't go out pretty wide there. And again, there's another access road there. It looks like a good little spot for a braking marker. So brake a little bit deeper. That was like around 100 or around 90, 85. Try and brake around like 80 next time. 60 there, that was pretty good. Oh, get off track there. That was a little bit better there, broke around 70. And there, broke at the 100, and that was pretty good. Take a lot of that AstroTurf on the outside there as well. I like the track. I mean, it's got a lot of chicanes added to it, but not the worst chicanes I've ever driven through. I guess chicanes are starting to grow on me a little bit. I used to hate them, but it's just kind of the nature of tracks nowadays. I broke around 95. I think that'll be pretty good. I just need to brake a little bit harder. A little too light on the brake pedal. So yeah, going into, because I guess this is turn 1 right here, and then going into turn 2, see this little access right there on the right is where I broke. Little access road. Works pretty nicely. I'll lift just a little bit for that corner. Braking at about 60, maybe 65 would be a little bit better, just be a little more conservative. You can go real wide there. Try not to get a little bit later apex there so I don't take as much of that curb on the exit. Just gotta get used to going over those curbs there, because you don't really get one axis for going over those chicane curbs. I don't have the sausages either, which is nice. I imagine you need to go over those curbs if you want to be fast through there. And go pretty wide on the exit. Turn 15 there as well. Work at the 50 board there, that worked out nicely. Yeah, I'm gonna go for that later ape up. Just doesn't like any curbs around here. Try and get that later apex, but I guess I just can't ride up on that curb like that. And just mob over those curbs probably. As much as you can at least. It does not like the sausages. Alright, we're making some pretty good progress. Let's see, a couple laps there, so. See what the tire pressures are like. Probably gonna have to make some adjustments. Yep, so. We're gonna shoot for this mid 185 range. So we'll go down one click here. That'll give us 187. If we go one more click, it's gonna give us 183. So we'll do that. And just see what that gives us. I kind of feel like the rear's a little too loose right now when I get on the throttle. But I don't know. I'm not really got close to figuring out the track yet, so I don't really want to make any adjustments just as of yet. Do that tire adjustment, see what that does with the handling. Yeah, 50 seems like a pretty good braking point there. Could have probably just broke a little bit harder. Just allowed the car to carry a little too much speed into the corner. So you can get all that outside curb, that's not bad. I think as long as you get the car straightened up for the exit, you can take a little bit of that curb on the left as well. Oh, broke way too late. little too wide there. Got the grass and just went turn. I don't know what this truck's really going to be like for GT3 racing, because I honestly don't see a lot of dive bombing opportunities. I don't know how many passing opportunities I see. But that'll all become apparent as you start actually running laps with cars on track. I could definitely see this being a dive bombing extravaganza. Kind of similar to turn 1 in Monza. Well, that was a good line. I was able to stay full throttle through the exit of that corner. Here I'm going for a later apex as well. Gives us a better run off the corner. Slowed down too much for that corner. Yeah, rear end feels a little too loose, like when I get into the middle of the corner, it kind of, oh, not paying attention at all. Kind of wants to kick out on me, so see what we can do to that. How many laps did I run? Yeah, I only did 1 lap, so I can't even really look at those tire pressures. But let's see what we can do here. I'm just gonna try a softer roll bar in general. I'll bring it up to like a 4. Just some more, again, I like to put more adjustability in the car, so we're going softer with the rear roll bar, so that's just gonna make the rear end of the car have a softer roll center compared to the front. It won't make this as rigid, and when you make this softer compared to the front, it's going to give you a little more understeer overall, so I'm going to see if that'll help snug us up. And another good thing about disconnecting or making a softer roll bar is it allows the left side of the car and the right side of the car to act more independently of each other. The suspension elements, where if you have a really stiff roll bar, when the inside tire hits a curb like here, it's going to make that outside tire lift up too, or it's going to affect it more. You can think of it more or less having a solid rear axle. When you make it softer, it's going to allow for the rear end to be more compliant over the curbs and allow the left side to travel more independently of the right side relative to how it was before. So in theory, it should help it go over curbs a little bit better as well. So see what we got here. Keep going too slow in that corner. Still a little twitchy when I get on the gas coming out of the corner. But we'll give it a couple laps, see what it gets like when the tires get up to pressure. Yeah, I just broke a little too deep there. Tried to brake at the 50 bar. I think I need to back it up a little bit because I had a pretty good run coming out of the previous corner, so it's probably carrying a little more speed than I had been before. Into that corner. And I got broke a little past the 50 board, and that seemed pretty good through there. Can probably do the same thing there, just brake. That time I broke at the 50 board, but I think I can get away with braking a little bit deeper there. Just past it. So I think the key to that whole sector, that little section there, do you want to spin a little bit more next time I go through there? But you want to give yourself a good line for that last corner. That's like the main focus, I think, of that little complex, is you want to be able to go through that last corner full out. Not have to lift. So again, broke a little after the 50. Very nice. Break a little after the 50 going through here. Pretty much right after it, maybe a fraction after. Gotta work on the second part of that little complex though. Alright, so in here, first corner, it's not really what I'm focusing on. I don't want to hit the curb because I can't explain anything to you guys when I do that. So, see if we can just do this. So, break it down a little bit more. So when I'm coming through here, I don't want to really come out wide. I want to kind of keep it inside so then I can get a good line coming through here. I think that's what and who knows, maybe this is another passing opportunity here, but probably not. It's more or less probably a dive bombing opportunity. But if you can get a better run out of that sector, you might just be able to get enough position on the guy to make him go defensive, which might set you up for that other corner we just went through. If he's offline, you can kind of work with that and maybe make a move into the next sector. That's a pretty technical little sector right there. That was a pretty good line through there though, but I think that's just one of those sectors you're gonna have to hit just right. Here, you just have to maintain the curbs. I think with just practice and keep going through there, you'll be able to get more comfortable with those and get the muscle memory down you need for them. Nope, too bright. I gotta pay attention. I'm not really paying attention where I'm braking. That was at like 60, so I'll try and brake at like 75 next time through there. I'm just trying to stay real tight inside here so then I can get a nice line to come off this corner. Wow, it's crazy how wide you can go there. All the way out into the dirt. Rear end does feel a little bit better. I could probably do. I'm thinking about dropping the rear ride height next. And here, brake a little after the 50. Next corner we'll brake out the 50. But yeah, the rear end definitely snugged up a little bit. Here, just get all the curb. Oh, too much. Found the grass. That'll be where you just have to find the limits of the car, because you want to get out as far as you can on the left there without touching that grass, so you can give yourself a nice line to the next corner. So for me, it's really all about control through those two sectors. Carried a little bit too much speed into the second one, and so it got me offline, so it just kind of messed everything up. That's just all about getting used to the track, getting used to how to drive it, finding exactly where those limits are. So you're gonna do stuff like that till you really get it down. Which, I mean, honestly, probably take you 50, 100 laps to really do it without even thinking about it. So again, a little loose getting on the throttle there still. Yeah, I'm paying attention where I'm braking, but it's too late, so I think I need to brake at like 90 there. I don't know what it is about that corner, I just don't focus on my braking point right now. Because right there, I think I broke around like 75, 80, so I'll back it up another 10 meters.
1 minute 45.4.
I like that entry speed. So there we go. Gives me a better line through the rest of the sector, but still a little loose when I get on the gas there. And I think that problem's just starting to pop up because I'm able to carry more speed through there now. I'm asking a little bit more of the car. Pretty decent line through there that time. Kind of just have to coast over the curbs, wait for the car to settle down, back down, then you can get back on the throttle. Alright, so here we'll try and brake around 95. Alright, 95 seems like a good number for that corner. Take a lot of curb through there. I took too much, obviously it unsettled the car, but just trying to see how much I could take. You can take a lot.
1 minute 44.1.
Yep, found the sausage. Alright, let's see what the tire pressures are like. Alright, so it's a 183 like I said it was going to be, but... Let's just bring everything down. So that'll be to 183 now, and that'll be like 182. So we got this like kind of little weird crossweight imbalance going. Now in season 3. So I want to do some more of the rear end. I think what I'm just going to do is lower the rear ride height. So let's go down 2 clicks. Alright. So when you're lowering the car, the rear of the car, most of the time when you're doing stuff to the car, you're transferring you're adjusting how fast the weight is transferred from one side to the other. With the ride height change, you're actually transferring or changing how much weight is transferred. It's not how fast it's transferred, but because you're lowering the rear of the car, you're actually lowering the center of gravity of the car and the rear roll center. And long story short, what that basically means is when the car's going in the corner and it rolls over to the right, it's not gonna, so if you had a higher rear ride height, it's gonna actually transform. This tire contact patch is going to have less weight on it than it would be if you had a lower rear end when the weight transfers. So let's just say you had, random numbers. You had 2 pound or 2 pounds on this tire and 2 pounds on this tire. When you roll into the corner, now you have 1 pound on this tire and you have 3 pounds on this tire. You lower the car and you do that same thing. Now instead of having 1 pound on this tire and 3 pounds on this tire, you have, let's say, 1.2 pounds on this tire and 2.8 pounds on this tire. So it's going to give you a greater contact patch and more weight and ultimately more grip. Now you can go too far and it messes with the suspension geometry and you put too much understeer in the car. But in an ideal world, you like to transfer as little weight from one side to the other, because when you transfer that weight, it's not a total, it's not an equal equation, basically. So what that means is, again, random numbers. You got 2 pounds on this tire, 2 pounds on that tire, it equals 4. Well, when the weight transfers, it will never equal 4. This'll be like 2.5. and then this will be 1. So your overall grip is now 3.5. Instead of when everything was flat, it was 4. When you transfer that weight, you lose a little bit of overall grip. So if you can cut down on how much weight you transfer, then you can give yourself a little bit more grip. And again, this is a holistic change, so it affects entry, middle, and exit. And we'll just see how it does. Because I'm not really at the point where I feel like the car is understeering anywhere, so that's why I'm okay with doing just like something that focuses on all aspects of the car, as opposed to just focusing on the exit of the corner. Because right now where my dampers are in the rear end, I just don't really want to mess with them. I like where they're at, so if I can do something else and keep those damper settings where they are, then to me that's a better solution. Because once you find good damper settings, you kind of want to stick with them. And of course it changes from track to track, but usually find a general setting I like sticking with them. Really, there's only one corner now where I'm getting a little bit of that oversteer, and that's after going through the first chicane, coming out of the last. Left-hander. So if you want to be conservative there, you brake at 100, it's probably actually a better braking point. I always like to err on the side of being conservative when I'm braking. Not too much speed. So here's the only spot where I'm really feeling the car get loose, so we'll see how it gets after a couple laps. That felt pretty good there, but we still got a lot of good on the tires. So you gotta take that into account. Oh, too wide. Yeah, it's feeling pretty good through there now because I actually had to take a little more shallow line through there and was able to take a little more wheel in the car without wanting to kick the rear end loose on me. Alright, I think I'm done for my first little session here. I don't like to drive too long because then you kind of just stop making progress, so it's always good to take a little break. Been at it for about 45 minutes, got a decent little baseline going here, so just leave it at that. You can see the tires are starting to find a little bit more of a balance. I definitely need to get up to pressure a little bit more. I mean, that was only a couple laps I did there, so after a couple more laps, you can imagine they're going to kind of be all similar within at least 1 kilopascal of each other. But yeah, so I'll give you guys a little glimpse how I get started with the new track. And, you know, I mean, how many laps was that? 14 laps or something like that I ran. So another 50 laps really before you really start getting things figured out. Keep making small adjustments to the car, but I don't know if I'll do another video on this track, this car this week, or if I'll just wait till the track comes up in the season. But I hope you guys learned something from the video, and I will see you next time. Later.